you're saying.
And people that are at risk. So they're prioritizing giving the vaccine, but is there going to be enough vaccines? Is it going to work? There's a lot of things that genuinely worry me.
Yeah, and like the idea, for me personally, I feel like it was like really rushed.
Mm-hmm.
Like instead of actually like doing research on how it affects humans. Like yeah, they did do research, but I feel like it's not enough research to create a working vaccine.
Well, people are desperate,
Personally,
right?
I feel like
Yep.
yeah, people were desperate and rushing, but I feel like rushing could cause something even worse than COVID, or maybe it will do nothing.
Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah.
worrying.
Yeah.
People are desperate. They are looking for a solution, and I don't blame them. This pandemic is truly scary.
Yeah. It sucks. It really does.
Yep.
And and again, like if we do get a working vaccine, how do we interact with humans again?
Yeah,
It's just like
in this hypothetical post-COVID world, how will that change?
Yeah. How would we interact with humans? Like, would we be like, yo guys, remember when
Funny fact.
when we're in a whole pandemic?
Remember this in the history book? These ancient people were talking on podcasts about how this pandemic would never end.
Yeah, I just don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's genuinely scary. It's I'm just nervous for the future because, like, again, we don't know if this vaccine is foolproof. We don't know if it might cause something even worse than COVID.
Man, I hope not.
It's just genuinely like nerve-wracking. Because, like, again, there's new strands of COVID almost, every day, and it's just scary.
It is very scary. Yeah, you genuinely, it's out of our hands at a certain point. You just kind of hope for the best. I'm no doctor, I'm no scientist, but you genuinely hope that they know what they're doing, frankly. We hope. Fingers crossed, guys.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do, but at least we have some faith.
Yeah, in the medical system.
Yeah.
Right. How did COVID affect you seeing people you normally see, such as friends?
Honestly, I feel like I've made and lost a lot of friends. Not like they died. It's just like I haven't stayed in contact with some of my friends like as if I did if COVID wasn't a thing. And I've made a lot of friends, such as the server, and like honestly, I don't think I would have found the server and met y'all if it wasn't for COVID. And like I think I've met a lot more people than I've lost, and I'm thankful for that. But if we're talking about in real life perspective, I don't think I'm going to really. I don't know. It's hard to think about because, again, what do we talk about after this whole thing is done?
It's interesting because we do have that commonality of we're all dealing with this. We're all struggling with the isolation that COVID ultimately is causing. As Joe mentioned, we both have a lot of online friends, so that doesn't affect as much. But for me, because I recently moved, it's a matter of how do I meet real life friends? How do I meet friends in real life? How do I interact? I can't go up and just make friends. I can't go knock on somebody's door and be like, hey, I'm new to the neighborhood. That we can't do that.
Yeah, I understand.
Again, that might be a Canadian thing that we just normally just like introduce ourselves.
Yeah. In Texas, if we get a new neighbor, we'll try to greet if we know they're friendly. It's scary.
America, man.
America is a scary place.
Yeah, Canada we're like reasonably friendly. I think in the cities it's a little bit more scary.
But I mean, do y'all have road rage? I've never heard of it.
I mean,
You know?
I remember one time that we were driving down like kind of like it's an expressway, but there's lights on it. It doesn't make much sense, but and my dad I think was going 70 in a 70 zone, but this guy was like, "You're not fast enough." And then he was like this little tiny scrawny guy, like he looked like if you know what Jacksepticeye looks like, he looked like that big. He didn't look very big. And he's like, "You want to fight? You want to fight?" Puts his fist up, rolling on the window. My dad's like, "Let's go!" And then he just drives away. It was great. So yeah, we have some road rage, but mostly it's just funny.
Like, in Texas, it's scary, but in Canada, it sounds so...
We just here for the maple syrup, man. It's pretty tasty.
I know, right? But I need some of that maple syrup. You need to send me some
Yeah,
of that.
I gotta mail you some maple
Yeah.
syrup. Please send address. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you. please just tell me your address. On the
Yep, just real quick, just send it to me and the 3 other people that might be listening.
the 3 other people there.
Hi there, other people. How are you? I hope your day is going well. I just waved at my screen. I hope you're proud of me, Mom.
I did that too.
Yeah,
did that too.
it's good.
It's fun. It's fun to wave at your.
Hello there. How are you doing?
Hello there. All right, so you wanna move on to the next
Yes.
question?
How did COVID...
How did COVID?
We keep talking over each other.
We did it again.
Go ahead.
How did COVID make you more aware and careful about the virus?
I think for me, it was ultimately losing people and understanding the gravity of the situation. I think with a lot of people, that's the case, is that understanding that this is a deadly virus. It really does, especially those at risk, those that are older, those that have pre-existing medical conditions, those with breathing problems, it really does put them at risk. And understanding that, I'm that much more careful wearing my mask, washing my hands, properly socially distancing. I won't leave my house unless I have to go to work. That kind of idea.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like it's made everyone more on it made everyone mentally stressed, like out of their mind, because you touch or you breathe on the wrong person, or if the wrong person breathes on you, you have a virus that has killed a lot of people, and you could be a person that dies from that, and it's just generally scary, and like it puts everyone in a mindset like to stay away from everyone, and that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing, because like emotionally we aren't going to be able to be humans anymore. We're just like statues that walk by each other.
It will definitely be
away,
a transition post-COVID, is trying to figure out where do
Yeah.
we go from here? How do we interact again? It will be kind of a little bit of aliens, although to be fair, we kind of always were.
Yeah. But now we're like super alienated from other people, and it's scary. It is scary, because what do we say after this? Like it's just like genuinely confusing.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do the best we can with what we have, but ultimately it really is scary.
Yeah. And like, thanks to all the doctors and all those people who still do their job, who try to help out with the virus. Like, genuinely, you are very much well appreciated from me, and I hope.
100%.
Yeah, it's. I know it's hard for everyone, and genuinely, I do hope the best for everyone.
I think at first it was really, really scary. If you can take back to right when the pandemic was first starting and we didn't know what was happening, and it was really scary, and it was like, what is this? And I think now that we have a little bit more of an idea, it's like both more scary and less scary, if that makes sense. Like, it's more scary because we understand what's happening, but also this really is a serious pandemic. It really is a serious virus, and it's something that we do need to take seriously, and those around us need to take seriously, and to take the proper precautions in order to not spread the virus.
Yeah, and with all the political stuff that has happened, it's so stressful. Like
I can only imagine in America.
yeah, it's scary, man. Since you don't really deal with that since you
Yeah,
are Canadian.
we give each other cookies here. And drink maple syrup.
Over here,
Have some poutine.
Over here, if we baked a cookie, they think the cops might show up your house for smoking or something. But
Oh man.
I don't know, man. It's scary. It really is for no matter where you live. It has taken a toll on you. It definitely has taken a toll on everyone, mentally and probably physically.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, getting up and making sure that you're ready and
healthy with
keeping that routine too, because
Yeah.
sometimes people will just, I know sometimes when, if it weren't for work, that I just kind of would never get out of bed because it just feels like, what's the point? And sometimes it's a matter of keeping